Summer is coming, and that means summer showcases, even if E3 is dead. I was going to make a video about these events a little bit later, but since the rumors about a PlayStation showcase in the next few days are running too hot to ignore, I decided to make it earlier. There's going to be a bunch of showcases in early June, which I'm going to leave a schedule in the description, but my focus will be on the ones where we can make more educated guesses. So, it's time to speculate what games we can expect to be shown this summer. As I said, PlayStation is rumored to have a showcase in the second half of May, and the biggest rumor right now is the PS5 Pro, the mid-gen update for the console, which I think it is likely since the time is just about right. Other current rumors are talking about God of War Ragnarok being announced for PC, though I wonder if it will be the base game or if the roguelike mode will come with it as well. Another game that has been rumored is the Silent Hill 2 remake. If it does show up, it will probably reveal its release date. Astrobot is another I think is likely to show up. There were rumors early in the year and nothing came of those. And Insomniac is going to talk about Spider-Man 2 DLC. But I wonder if they'll also talk about Wolverine. Recently, a few plot details emerged for Pragmata, which given the timing of it, makes me suspect it will show up soon, and the PlayStation showcase would be the perfect spot for it. Lastly, I think Sword of the Sea would be a welcome showing. Giant Squid has been working on this game since its review last year, and considering their games are large, I wouldn't be surprised if they are ready to show more of it, perhaps even with a release date. The first big show of June will be the Summer Games Fest, headed by Geoff Keighley. You can always expect the usual suspects in Keighley's shows, such as mobile and gacha games, and you can always count on him to try to make his presentation a bigger thing than it actually is. They recently posted an image featuring all the companies involved in SGF, but if you pay attention, you notice a bunch of them are sponsors and platform holders. Still, some of them are definitely showing some games. Bandai Namco is probably showing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero or some other anime game. Focus Entertainment is also present, and the game I think most likely to come from them is Space Marine 2, which is currently scheduled to launch on September 9. Keighley surprised a lot of people when he got the review of Monster Hunter Wilds in last year's Game Awards, and I suspect he's going to repeat it with Summer Game Fest. The game is still slated to 2025, but if Capcom intends to release it in early 2025, then I think a release date on SGF is possible. SNK is listed among the partners, which means more news about Fatal Fury City of the Wolf, and WB being listed makes me think that either MK1 or Multiversus will have something to show. Our third possibility is Wonder Woman. EA should probably be ready to show what's next for Mass Effect, but it can also be whatever is next for their sports games, though I feel their sports games are more suited to the PlayStation showcase. Sega being listed means either we are getting news about Sonic Shadow Generations or news about the Sonic movie. Another one that is in the same boat as Sega is, unexpectedly, Riot, which I think will either show a trailer for 2XKO or a trailer for Season 2 of Arcane. Xbox will have a showcase followed by a mysterious direct after the show. The logo has some military vibes, which makes me think obviously of the next Call of Duty. Another possibility is also the next Gears. Avowed is coming soon. The initial reception to its first gameplay trailer a few months ago was lukewarm, and I can't see how they could reverse that trend. Clockwork Revolution was revealed last year, so I expect to be showcased again. I would even say it is likely to get at least a release window. South of Midnight is another one likely to show up, though in this case I'm not so sure. Unlike Clockwork, which had a few CG shots indicative of gameplay, South of Midnight was CG only, which makes me think is the one farther away. Visions of Mana is a game that can appear on the showcase as well. They were featured in the Xbox Developer Direct in January, and the only third party at that, so I think they are likely to show together again, probably with a release date too. Indiana Jones will probably show another trailer as well, focusing on gameplay, especially if they intend to release this year. Dungeons of Hinterberg, like Visions of Mana, has been sticking close to Xbox for trailers, and considering it is releasing in July, they'll probably have another showing, though in their case I think it will be more of a Remember the Date trailer. I'm currently very pissed off about Xbox shutting down Tango Gameworks. Hi-Fi Rush was their best exclusive, and they just killed the studio behind it, and I don't think Xbox can show anything to undo the damage they've done to the goodwill they had been earning, at least with me. Ubisoft Forward is probably the most predictable one due to all the leaks around it, especially around Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadow just released a trailer and might end up being interesting if only for the Japanese setting. I expect Ubisoft to repeat what they did with Mirage last year, meaning a long gameplay video, but it's still Assassin's Creed, so you know what you're getting. Star Wars Outlaws will be the main show. This is scheduled to release on August 30th. So I expect a deep dive in the gameplay similar to Assassin's Creed, not a vertical slice like they showed last year. Other two news I'm expecting are for Prince of Persia, both of them. The Rogue Prince of Persia is going early access now in May, and I expect Ubisoft to talk about it. I also expect Ubisoft to announce some sort of DLC or update for The Lost Crown. That game was successful enough that I feel Ubisoft will still want to keep its momentum going for a bit longer. We can also expect showcases from Nintendo and Capcom, but Nintendo is focusing on the Switch too, and even asked developers to delay the games for the new console to the next year, so it probably won't have much to show. It will likely be a smaller direct. I won't be surprised if it's just a partner or a mini direct. Capcom showcases tend to be just replays of the Capcom games shown the days before it, with some more details, so expect a little more of Pragmata if it does show up. Other games that probably will be shown are SF6, with the focus on the esports as usual, and Exoprimal. Exoprimal has been on the ropes for some time now. If Capcom doesn't talk about it, then it will probably be the sign they intended to shut it down. But lastly, they'll show whatever Monster Hunter Wilds news were shown in one of the previous showcases. These were my thoughts on what we could see in the upcoming showcases. There was more I wish to talk about, but due to my time being restricted, I had to keep it short. So if you want to add something to what I said, comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you around.